Oh, hello. I'm back with a brand new update. Let's go ahead and get started, shall we? So I woke up at around like 10:30. When I got up, I decided to go on my phone. I went on YouTube. I was looking for something interesting to watch. I found this video from Digital Foundry where they were covering the latest Star Fox game that recently released. So, sorry, I went into the kitchen. I poured a bowl of oatmeal. I mixed in some brown sugar, poured some milk in, had a cup of coffee poured and brewed, went in my room, turned on my CRT television, and then I went straight to the YouTube app on my PlayStation 4 where I found the um, Digital Foundry video in my search history. And I watched that. And yeah, it was pretty much an overview of the new Star Fox game and how it shaped up. I have to say, it looks very impressive and really cool too. Definitely going to be on the list of potential Switch 2 games to look out for if you have a Switch 2, that is. After watching that, I noticed there was another video they made that I hadn't watched. That was called Star Wars Galactic Racer. So I decided to check that out. Basically, it was the Burnout Paradise crew who worked on a lot of classic, games like the Burnout series and even some Need for Speed titles. Like I think they did Need for Speed Most Wanted, and they're making a new Star Wars game, and it looks like it's shaping up to be really good. Definitely looking forward to looking up more on that one for sure. After watching that, I decided to go into the living room, and I wanted to do a a meditation on the floor, laying down. So I did that. It went well. Did I see anything? I was listening to the Hemisync Monroe Institute video. No, I did not see anything. It was just black, but my lower back wasn't giving me any issues like it was the other day. And I did have this overwhelming sense of peace and calm throughout, so that's nice. Well, after I was done doing that, I remember my sister asked me if I was going on a fast with um, her and our mom, and I said, well, I did eat that oatmeal, and then she suggested, well, I could start the fast right when I finished the oatmeal. I was like, yeah, I suppose I could. Then our family friend made a bean cheese burrito, and I just couldn't pass that up, especially since it had lard in it. So I had that, and I remember telling my sister, this is the one where I'm going to now go on the fast with you guys. Um, Suffice to say that it turns out that was not the case because, well, we'll get into that in a bit. But after I ate the burrito, I decided to listen to a interview between film director Andrew Stanton and his co-writer who worked on the latest Toy Story 5. And they were being interviewed by a YouTube channel called In Proximity. And yeah, it was basically them talking about their creative process and the decisions they came to. Apparently, the whole Buzz Lightyear, 50 Buzz Lightyear plot was Andrew Stanton's idea. Like, he apparently said, if there's a few things I want in a new Toy Story movie, I want a bunch of buzzes. And that was like one of the ideas he kind of locked in on. And then he wanted to somehow put that in the movie to, make it make sense as the film was, progressing along, which I thought was a very interesting and unique creative choice for sure. Well, as I was listening to that, I decided to turn on my computer and get to work on my Brain Jam project that I have been neglecting for so long. I decided to look at my storyboard and try to make a uh, good looking location for my character to walk down. They're going down a grocery store aisle, and I want it to be a perspective shot where we see like some cans in the foreground, the character in the middle ground, and like, a wall of cans in the background. But that's definitely something that's going to be very, it's going to challenge my idea of how to display perspective. Yeah, drawing is a lot like a muscle. If you don't work it, it atrophies and becomes weak. So, it's been a while since I've had a dedicated session just drawing. So I really need to pick up those, weights and really get back to it. So that's definitely something I'm attempting to lock in on. But eventually, it was time to get dressed and ready to go to work. So I did just that. I said goodbye to my mom and my sister, our family friend, told them I loved them all. And then I went in my car and I drove off to work. When I eventually arrived, I punched in and I checked the schedule, and it turns out that I had sweeps all day today. So, yeah, I put on the sweep vest, but for the most part, the day was pretty much mostly spent like bagging, a lot of bagging. Like, it was a really busy day today, and we were short staffed. So I did the best I could. I also took orders out. I also remember sweeping up a broken glass mess that was on the floor that one of my cashier coworkers was trying to call me in on, but at the time I was taking out the trash. I was in one of the restrooms, so I must have had a difficult time hearing them when they were calling my name on the intercom. But then they called my name again, so I went up, you know, well, what they did was they asked me to call a number, and I called it, and then they told me, "Hey, where are you?" And I told them I was taking out the trash, and they're like, "Well, there's some glass mess in check stand 3." So I was like, "All right, I'll do that." So I ran over. I ran over there. I was told by one of my co-managers that I needed to put on some gloves and a broom and a dustpan and a trash bin. And so I did all that. I swept the mess up, and yeah, it was good to go. That was actually a bit later in the day. Earlier in the day, yeah, not much to really say. Just a lot of bagging, a lot of sweeping, a lot of taking orders out. Punched out. Oh, I went on my first break. I did some breath work, breathing exercises. Felt pretty good about that. Went back down, continued bagging. I punched out for lunch. Oh wait, no. Before I punched out, I was taking out the outdoor trashes. I actually triple bagged one of the trash bags because it was leaking some kind of liquid. Um, and yeah, I took out like all the front trashes, and right then I needed to punch out for my lunch break. So I punched out for my lunch break. I went upstairs, and when I got upstairs, I decided to do a half-hour breathwork session. Um, I remember when I did it around the end of the session, I remember having a slight vision of like a moon, like over a what I describe as like a ocean, with like a sandy beach. It was pretty interesting. It was like a bright kind of moon. Not exactly sure why I saw that, but it was pretty interesting. Yeah, I even told a coworker about it, and they seemed to think that was interesting. I went back down. I punched back in for lunch, or from lunch. I did have a piece of cake at on my lunch break, and that's where the whole breaking fast thing, is where I was leading to, because I said, "Oh, I'll just eat this bean burrito," but it turns out that apparently they had cake at work, and that cake looked too good to pass up, so I had that, and it was pretty good. It's like a strawberry jam middle and like a nice fluffy, like perfectly sweet but not too sweet, um, frosting that was not like a nice puffy frosting. So yeah, oopsies. So yeah, the rest of the closing shift took out all of the other trashes, from the produce trash to the break room trashes to the janitor's closet trashes. I replaced toilet paper in their containers, so that was good. Yeah, I took out all the bathroom trashes, um, dumped everything, refilled bags, refilled cleaners, refilled paper towels, wiped down the check stands as quickly as I could. My coworker helped by clearing the lot and bringing carts and signs in, and then closing the produce blinds, which I was very grateful for. Yeah, and then I remember, like, I got in some interesting conversation with my coworkers, and that was pretty cool. I punched out. When I walked out, I said goodbye to my co-manager. I made silly walk out to my car. When I got in, I drove back home. When I got home, I was like, well, if I ate the cake already, I might as well eat more. So when I went in the kitchen, I had some quesadilla cheese, shredded cheese. I had some ham lunch meat, and I also had a bowl of Lucky Charms, actually two Lucky Charms. As I was eating all that, I was listening to, I was finishing the Andrew Stanton interview, and then I went on to this goofy, silly interview with Tom Hanks and um, Tim Allen and Conan O'Brien, this other lady. I'm forgetting the name of her right now, but she voiced the new character Lily Pad in the new Toy Story 5. So all that was quite interesting. When I was done, I was like, ooh, it's time to make my video. But I wanted to make sure that I had my little, audio thing here all ready and charged up to go. So what do you know? It's almost done right there. See? Cool. So anyways, yeah, while I was waiting for that to charge, so my, audio wouldn't cut out midway through the video, I was, just waiting for it to charge. And I remember just browsing YouTube trying to find something interesting to watch. I don't really remember what I found, but yeah, when it was charged up, it was good to go. I took it out, put it on, hit the record button, and yeah, that's pretty much my day in a nutshell. Yeah, I'm so sleepy right now, so I'm gonna publish this bad boy, and I'm gonna go to bed. So have a good night, everyone, and take care. Stay safe.